Hello and welcome to Not Fake News. Today we have an article out of the Conservative Daily Post, posted by Alex DeRig. Just in. Remember the Iraqi man who literally started all of these riots? Just caught him in a scam. Mike Hager, an Iraqi immigrant, claimed his mom had died because of the travel ban last weekend. An Iraqi immigrant claimed his mom had died because of the travel ban last weekend. Then it was discovered to be a great big lie. More fake news. Where does it end? It is because of fake news that the meaning of breaking news has now been tempered somewhat. No matter what we hear in the news now, the more outrageous the story is, the more we will wait a few days to see if it was fake or not, unfortunately. Breaking news is exciting, but it is no longer trustworthy. Amid the tsunami of fake news that greets us every day, one story stands out amid the rest. It's the story about the Iraqi who arrived in America as a boy many years ago and even served as an interpreter for the American military Iraq. This man is known to be a good community citizen and a philanthropist. However, the same citizen, by all rights a good Samaritan, told the nation that his mother had just passed away. The reason she died, he said, is because she was not allowed back into the country for an operation she needed. She was denied entry because of the travel ban last weekend, and she died as a result. It would be sad if it were true, but this story is more than sad because the real truth is stranger still. The man at the heart of the story, Mike Hager, is all the things we found him to be. He's a good guy, a philanthropist, even a patriot of USA. However, in an unexpected turn of events, it was revealed last week that Hager, 1, had lied about his mother dying as a result of the travel ban. However, 2, his mother had just passed away in Iraq 1 week before the ban was instituted. In fact, Hager was revealed as a troubled liar by none other than Husham al-Hwasini, the imam of the mosque in Detroit, where Hager is a member. Not only did Hager's imam set the record straight and out Hager, but it turns out that the Imam al-Husseini, get ready for this, is a staunch supporter of Trump. This story has something for everyone. If we consider the details of the backstory, the story may still not make sense completely, but it will become a little more human. In this story, liberals will understand everybody's sensitivities and conservatives will understand that life is complex. But only people who have lost their mother will understand that it is possible for one to lose one's mind when that happens. And only in America will we meet a Muslim imam who will testify to the truth that no matter what, and stand up for Donald Trump, all at the same time. While the ban on entering the United States for nationals of 7 Muslim-majority countries was being debated, one Iraq American made waves in the media by announcing that his sick mother had just been blocked from coming to the U.S. airport. At the airport. If they had let us in the United States, my mother would have survived, and she could have been sitting here beside me. She left because of him. Donald Trump, said Mike Hager. She left me, I guess he meant to say. She left this world. I don't know, because of him, said Michael Hager, American citizen of Iraq origin. According to Hager, his mother, a 75-year-old Iraq woman living in the United States for about 20 years, had fallen ill while visiting her family in Iraq and was prevented from returning to the United States to be treated because of the decree introduced by Donald Trump. But we know now that it's not true, right? The travel ban. However, on February 1st, we heard the rest of the story as the testimony of Hager's imam, Hussam Ali Husani, who wanted to rectify the story somewhat, hit the news. There he is, supporter of Trump. Imam al-Haswani reported that the woman had in fact died several days before the executive order issued the travel ban by Trump. The story of Mike Hager had widely been taken up by numerous media in the United States and elsewhere in full debate on the decree of the President of the United States. Because it banned entry to the country for 90 days, it applied to foreign nationals of Syria, Libya, Iraq, Iran, Somalia, Yemen, and Sudan. Imam al-Hawasini discussed the dramatic testimony of Mike Hager, a former interpreter for the U.S. Special Forces. His mother, Niama, a regular resident in the United States, fell ill during the visit to Iraq. According to the subsequent investigations, Hagel did lie. Nama would have died 5 days before the ban was instituted. Yet, Hager still insists, "I did not invent anything. My mother is dead because of the anti-migrant bloc of Donald Trump. They destroyed our family. I cannot believe was his reaction in the local news. I cannot believe it was his reaction." Deluded with grief, Hager wanted the people to understand that the government ruling can be dangerous and indiscriminate draconian measure, as was the case with the travel ban for any immigrant from several Muslim majority country names. Hager had originally arrived in America as a refugee with his family when he was a boy, after the Gulf War. He wasted no time becoming a U.S. citizen. His mother, Nayama, had been a regular resident in the United States since 1995. A few weeks ago, Nayama, 75, had returned for a brief visit to Iraq, but had fallen ill. Hager then had taken a quick trip to pick her up in his native country and bring her back to the U.S. to treat her. He was hoping to save her life, but Nayama was on a different timetable, sadly enough. Hager's mother, Nayama, had passed away on January 22nd, 2017, which he had memorized in his Facebook page for all the world to see. Hager is by all rights a model American citizen. He is a small business owner in Detroit, Michigan. In 2000, he returned to Iraq, where he was a contractor for the U.S. Special Forces from 2003 to 2008, where he worked as an interpreter and a cultural mediator. During the time, Hager was wounded in the back by gunfire. But according to his story, nothing he had done was enough to save his mother's life. It was Imam Hussan Aslanani who cleared the air, explaining that Hager wanted to leave for Iraq to be with his seriously ill mother. His mother passed away in Iraq on January 22nd. Indeed, the story has something for everyone. Liberals will understand everybody's sensitive, and conservatives will understand that life is complex. Only people who have lost their mother will understand that it is possible for one to lose their mind when this happens. And only in America will we meet a Muslim man who will testify to the truth no matter what, and stand up for Donald Trump all at the same time. We will probably accomplish more by emphasizing the values of the Imam than the weak moment of a man who had just lost his mother. Yet, even though what Hager did was not rich by any stretch, it was just plain wrong, and he still cannot admit it. When one's mother passes away, nothing seems right for a while, especially if you're a liberal. However, what Imam al-Hawasani did will always be right. And somewhat between these two men, Hager and Hassani, we are seeing a snapshot of two immigrants, two American men, at their very weakest moment and at their very strongest. Thanks for watching. Comment below. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And give us a like. Really appreciate those likes. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe and make sure you hit the bell. The bell's very important. See you next time at Not Fake News.